Are we on? Fuck it, we'll do it live. What's going on, folks? This is something very, very, very special. I've talked so much shit about white people and cooking, but that's okay. I have an authentic Italian here who is going to actually show us how to cook some familiar breakfast classics. But before that, I have a very educational video to play. It's only 30 seconds, and it's so cool that Streamlabs allows you to do this. But if you're not familiar with Italian cuisine, this is probably going to help you out just a little bit, because we are going to get into a little bit of biochemistry. But just to give you some history, a little backstory, 30-second clip, folks. So here we go.
Feels right.
Wow, all this stuff looks pretty good. Can we get some salami and...
Brian, let me handle this. Scusi, babidi boopy? Che cosa?
Peter, what are you doing?
Speaking Italian. Babidi boopy? Babidi boopity babidi babidi.
Peter, you can't speak Italian just because you have a mustache.
Boopity baba. Boba bibi boba baba bibi baba.
Tu sei un pazzo, va via da qui!
Bibi baba.
Sono stanco di te, ti do un pugno nella testa!
Fuck off.
Oh, that was the only clip I could find that was 30 seconds.
Jesus. Yeah, lucky me, right? Yeah.
Oh.
What the fuck was that? Jesus.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm a terrible person. All right. So.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Fuck off. But yeah.
So I had to do a little bit of homework. Fabio wanted me to look up the Maillard reaction.
The Maillard, yeah.
The Maillard reaction. And I had never heard of this. Trust me, I've heard of a lot of reactions, but I've not heard of this one. And it's really, really, really interesting. And so for all of you, including myself, that loves the browning, that taste, there's a distinct taste when you brown food. Just heating it up and it gets that color. What's actually happening there, and what's interesting, is that the amino acids in the food end up combining with a sugar molecule, right? And if you want some more information on that, as far as the non-reducing sugar being the one, if you want some more, let me know. We can get into it. But I know folks' eyes are going to glaze over. But that's what we're going to kind of talk about just a little bit here with Fabio, because you know what? It's actually important to understand the biochemistry of food, So without further ado, Fabio, please take it.
Yeah, I mean, as much as it pains me, I think it's Maillard, because I think it was French. And it physically hurts me, to recognize something to a French. So anyway, this is going to be a shit show. The reason why it's going to be a shit show is because I saw a video. There was a girl, I don't know who she is, but I never see her. She prepared some kind of breakfast with eggs and vegetables. And the way she prepared was, it was mind-boggling. There was so many things wrong, I couldn't believe. So what I'm trying to do now, we're going to try to do two things, right? And we got to be quick. Because we're going to be simple, easy, efficient, and quick. We got to try to do the way she did, and then we try to do a variation of what she did in a more savory and proper way. And now, my biggest problem with the way she did, and I'll be really brief, is that she used no fat at all. No oil, no butter. The only thing it was, the bacon, which is... it's problematic. I've been thinking about that for 2 days. What is, the correct way to do? But we'll give it a try, and we'll see. And hopefully, the fact that we put the bacon will not make our eggs, hard, which is bullshit. I mean, that's not the way it works, right? I mean,
that's definitely how chemistry works. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing which really puzzled me more. The egg didn't came up well because the bacon. So I started to look into the magic properties of bacon, and wow, I mean, I couldn't find anything. I mean, did you find anything about in chemistry about the way bacon just hardens material, or?
Yeah, so I'm flabbergasted because I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to be charitable and understand the chemistry behind what's being proposed here. And it's like, I'm not going to pretend at all that I'm some chemistry whiz or expert in any way, shape, or form, but I know that when you are trying to cook an egg, right, you are essentially trying to denature protein. That's why it gets that opaque color, is that you're denaturing protein. But then you're adding in a lipid, and not just any lipid too. You're adding in one that is a solid at room temperature. So in order to get it to become a liquid, you got to heat that up quite a bit. And so the dangers with that is that when you people you've seen, and you've probably cooked bacon a little bit too long, you will start producing something known as acrylamides, if I'm not mistaken. And that's not good. That's not good at all. That can actually, in copious amounts, potentially cause cancer. But when you're trying to combine, right, something like bacon fat, like liquid bacon fat, with the denatured protein from the egg, you're not going to make a wonderful emulsion of food that's going to taste good, right? There's specific reactions that need to happen in order to get that distinct flavor. So the Maillard reaction is one of those that involves the amino acid and reducing sugar, not a lipid.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the scientist which is in you. I think that the explanation about the art egg in the first video about, that girl, I don't know who she is because she basically put a cover, a lid on the pan. That's kind of, fucked up. Again. So because I'm not allowed to use any fats whatsoever, I will start with the bacon too. I put too much bacon for the dish, but I need grease, and there is not enough grease coming up. And that's going to be a big issue. But anyway, I've started the time. Let's see how much time it takes. So while this sucker is going on, let's try some vegetables. Now, she put some really weird vegetables. And granted, I mean, she just opened the fridge and took some vegetables. It's okay. She used garlic, which I won't, because I think it's fucking ridiculous to use garlic in something like that. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. There is a thing about garlic. Now, there is a proper way to use garlic. So basically, you use garlic when you add some oil, because you don't want to eat the garlic. If you burn the garlic, it is bitter, it tastes like shit. So you have some oil or some, grease or some fat, and you put the garlic in, so the flavor goes in the fat. And there are two ways to do that. You either take the clove garlic, you smash it, and you put in the, let's say, oil.
I've seen that. And
then you take it away. Or you just peel the garlic, you take away the inside part of the garlic. I'll show you later. And then you just cut it very thin, and you put it in the oil, and you've got to be super careful that it will not burn. Because if it burns, it tastes like shit. And we don't want to do that. But I cannot think, with spring onions and what the fuck we got here, bell pepper and a tomato. Tomato makes no sense. I don't see any use with garlic. So we start with the spring onion. I'm not a professional. I don't have a glass cutting board. I got a wood cutting board. So yeah, I know, right? That's not really professional, apparently. We just take one spring onion, and the bacon is still going. Okay, low heat. I just want to take all the grease out of it. So I heard that today you had a really interesting hangout with Nate. Has it something happened which maybe people doesn't know about it?
I think that the person involved knows about it now. It's a little bit of an issue when people get a little overexcited with how things are going, and they prematurely kind of announce what's going to happen when they haven't actually fulfilled all the requirements yet. And it's unfortunate. It happens to us all, honestly. But it's important to try and keep yourself in check. It's important to make sure that you have folks around you to kind of keep you in check, to make sure that you're not drawing that cart before the horse.
So you're telling me that sometimes, you talk shit and things bite you back in the ass? That's what you're trying to tell me?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, that's really interesting.
That's it. It's one of those weird things about life. One of those very weird things. So we have some. Oh, yeah, there's super chat. Chat of Philosophy says checkers is a great cook. Y'all are haters.
Yes. No. I don't know who is checkers.
Somebody. I'm not really sure. Someone mentioned, where is it? Looks like leeks or really big green onions.
Well, yeah, those are spring onions. So that's the one she used. The white ones are called spring onions, and those are spring onions. So I mean, I was actually thinking about doing that with red onions, but I thought it was maybe cheating, even if it was less expensive. So technically, I wouldn't. So another thing, she used bell pepper, right? So there is the problem with bell pepper is that once you eat them, you're gonna burp them for the next 2 days. It's insane. One way not to avoid that is to peel them. It's the skin which makes you burp. So we'll peel them, and you can peel them in 2 ways. You can either put them on the flame, and then you put them in a plastic bag, and they will the peel will go away. But we are in a hurry because we are on time. I'll just peel it with a peeler, and we just take some of it.
That's interesting. I'm learning stuff, folks. I hope y'all are learning something. Vaughn, you missed out. We are not using oil in this particular demonstration. We're going to do it authentically this time, authentic, and then we're going to do it the right way afterwards. So we're going to see how they compare once everything's said and done. So,
well, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do the way she did in a more proper way, because, like, for example, she cut, the bell pepper very big. Now, another thing that you got to tell me: do we want to have a crunchy feeling, or more like with the vegetables, or what? What would you prefer?
I'm not a big fan of crunchy vegetables. I like my vegetables to be pretty tender and flavorful. That's just my preference.
There you go. So we'll make something like we'll try to just simmer down all the vegetables. So this bacon, I think, is good enough. I mean, at least it's good enough for the goodness and the ugly. So it's good enough for everybody. And we'll take it away. So there is a little bit of fat here. It's totally insufficient, and it's probably be a problem. And now we put all the vegetables in here, and we take out the heat.
I kind of can't tell, but did you use a paring knife to cut your vegetables? I can't tell.
No, I used a peeling knife to peel the bell pepper. And then I use, a proper knife. You need something which is quite heavy because, that's another thing that I saw which was very dangerous. Besides, the golden thing, there is one only good proper rule when you're cutting things is that you got to count your fingers, and at the end of the process, you got to have the same amount of fingers with the same. That's rule number one. Okay, if you follow that one, everything's gonna, turn out pretty well.
Yes, I just so happened to catch a little bit of the cooking video, and there was one part that someone showed me that was disturbing because I literally thought this person cut their finger off, and it was the clove of garlic confused with their finger for some reason, and it was a little scary. I had to stop watching.
Right. So let me show what happens here. The biggest problem, and that's the thing which has been worrying me a lot. There is no fat in here. So
cooking.
The vegetables are not stewing. The onions are not caramelizing. Basically, everything is burning, which is a problem. I mean, I don't know how the fuck to solve it because I'm not allowed any fat. That's the problem. I mean, just a tad of olive oil would have made, fantastic. But we can't because fuck it. So there you go. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I got to take it out because it will burn. There is no way around it.
So Xavier is asking, where's the wooden spoon?
Oh, fuck, yeah. There you go. Is this one big enough?
Yes.
I can use. I can have two. I'll put two on my back. There you go.
There you go. Now you're such.
Sorry about that. See, there was something missing. Okay, I'm gonna take this one out. Now we go with the egg, which again, it's another big problem because we don't have fat. The other problem is the cheese. Now the cheese. Okay, you are. You know a lot about chemists. How the fuck? What is the pro? I mean, I know milk is white, right? So, how the fuck does cheddar cheese turn into this motherfucking color?
Oh, that is probably microorganisms.
That is probably chemicals. I mean, I have no idea.
That I would have to do some research on. That I would definitely have to do some research. But the one says it's dye. It might be. I know there was issue with Reese. In the last few years, I think Kraft had to change how it was coloring their cheese because before early cheese making, I think they used dandelions or something during the process. I don't know. No.
I don't know. It's insane. So here's the egg. It is stone cold. We're going to do something really dangerous. Motherfucker, it didn't break.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, it was dangerous because it was stone cold. I have no idea. Apparently, I was supposed to fuck it in some way, or I don't know.
Molested. Someone was saying that's American cheese, not cheddar cheese.
Oh no! You're not fucking with me, man. What the fuck is that? So it's just fucking cheddar in here. You see that?
It says cheddar in Italian. There you go, folks.
Yeah, cheddar in Italian. Asshole. So now with the egg, we got two problems actually. We have no fat, so it is really difficult to cook, the part on top. That's a problem. Because if you have oil, you just can pour the hot oil on top of the egg and everything is going to be fine. But because we don't, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. With a fork, you just, open it up a little bit. I put some cheese because there is no way around it. The egg is basically done. I take all the other shit in here, put it there, just leave it up.
Get some education today. It dyed nowadays, but it was originally that color because of the diet of the cows that were milked for making cheese. That's interesting.
Huh. I know. I only know they taste like shit. I mean,
because it's American, obviously.
No. I think it's English. I don't think it's American. So there you go. I mean, and we are done. And time. So it's what? 12 minutes on my clock. Dish. Now, I gave to the other dish, I can't remember, I think free fecal infection for the technique and 2 lobster rolls for preparation or something like that. I can't remember. It's a very technical scale. So I don't know about technique, but we'll try to do something a little bit interesting with the plate. But because it's a fucking, see, I mean, there's no fucking grease. It doesn't get off.
It does not want to remove itself. It is stuck to the surface of that.
Yes, fucker. There you go. Come here, you motherfucker. There you go.
The yolk still looks intact.
It is intact. Fuck me. I mean, I'm a professional. Fuck you.
Well.
So there you go. So it's egg, bacon, vegetables, and the egg is intact. The egg is fucking runny, okay? And the miracle is that the bacon didn't harden the egg. That's the miracle. So I'm gonna trash it in the bin. and we try to do one a little bit more proper with the same stuff.
All right, folks, get ready. About to learn some shit today.
So, because I want to, I mean, I've been married for 30 years, and I don't want my wife to kill me tomorrow. I cannot use too many pans. So, yeah. I mean, listen, if you're not getting anything out of this this evening, this is the thing you got to take out. Treat your women well. So, I mean, they're gonna kill you.
Yeah, you know what? There's a way to a woman's heart. Some through money, some through the uterus. It depends on what you want to do. You know.
Yeah. Okay, so let's try to make this another way. And let's try to make a fucking omelet, because I think you know the kind of ingredients, they scream omelet to me.
So here's where I fuck up. Now this is talk shit about Dragnout time. I love omelets, folks. Y'all don't realize that there's one of the things you don't know about me. You know that I eat fucking everything. I love omelets, and I have actually not ever properly prepared an omelet ever in my life because growing up, I tried to imitate what I thought I saw at Golden Corral. And Fabio, I don't know if you know what Golden Corral is, but it's a shitty breakfast chain here in the States.
No, what the fuck is that? Is it like what is the other shitty Italian one? Olive Garden? Is it something like that?
Oh, okay. So it's the Olive Garden of breakfast buffets for families on Sunday morning. That's pretty much the niche that it fills. But it's along those lines. It's just as popular.
Okay.
But they excel in entertainment. They'll bring a cart to your table and they'll make the omelet in front of you.
Oh, okay.
so me 13 14-year-old say I'm going to do that at home, and I'm going to try and cut up what I think goes in an omelet. I think I use green peppers, a bit of onion. Of course, I didn't properly dice anything. I just chopped it up until I got tired of fucking with it, and then tried my best to and this is interesting. So at one point I used a bit of butter, a bit of I think I alternated between butter and margarine because at the time I didn't know that there was a difference. And then at one point in time, I did actually end up using the spray, the cooking spray.
Oh my!
I did actually do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, folks. But and so I had to understand that when you're cooking, right, you're working with materials that will fuck up very easily. If you have the pan too high, it's going to burn, especially if you put shitty American cheese on it. It's going to burn and taste terrible. If your chunks of vegetables are not properly cooked, you're going to have raw vegetables in the middle of your omelet. There's so many mistakes at so many places that I stopped making my own omelets because there was no true appreciation for the culinary arts. And so I've resulted to just, allowing a shitty sous chef at a Denny's or IHOP to make my omelets for me. Because you know what? One of the things that I do plan on doing after I'm done with my actual education is to actually take some cooking lessons, believe it or not. So, because it is an art. For those of you who don't know, it is an actual art.
Well, I don't know if it's an art. I mean, it's one of those activities that if you do it well, it gives a lot of, pleasure. I mean, almost everything is like that. But here you got the added bonus that you actually enjoy what you're doing. You physically get what you're doing. So, and it is also really self-reflecting, because there are some things you have to do, but you think about things. It's a very interesting activity. It makes you think of what you're doing. Why you're doing some kind of stuff. How the hell this is going to taste? Why does this taste like that? My yard reaction, for example, as mind-boggling. And it has so many pathways that you can take. When you're cooking. So.
So I noticed here, and this is something that I think a lot of folks who are not too used to cooking don't understand, is that you're supposed to actually allow the pan or the pot to kind of heat up first. You're supposed to make sure that before you start adding in food, that it's already at the right temperature.
Yeah. Now it's off, huh? Okay, now it's off. Yeah, it is important to have something. The pan has got to be cold. There's some exception, for example. So if you want to make, and this is idiot proof, and everybody can do that. If you want to make the best egg of your life, you take a pan without the fire, okay? You put some olive oil, then you break the egg, then you put the pan on the fire and you turn on the fire. So everything has got to be cold before. And you let it cook. And then you take it, you put some salt and you take it away. This is going to be the best egg you've ever had. It is so different rather than putting the egg in a hot pan. It's mind-boggling. It is incredible. And I think it has something to do with the fact that the egg properly, changes its state. You were explaining that before, and there is a difference between, having a big rush of heat rather than, making the heat going up really slowly. And this is something you've got to try because it is insane how different it is and how good it is.
Yes, I will definitely try it this weekend.
So for the omelette, I've chopped some onions and some, bell peppers. I'm not going to cook them. I just chop them really, really thin. They will not cook. They will cook with the omelette. In an omelette, the vegetables are mostly raw. Okay, it's not, they're not really cooked. So we just put it there. Let's try one egg and see what the fuck happens. We probably need a couple. Yeah, fuck it. We'll do a couple. Should I molest this egg?
Yes, you should. I think we have to do it the correct way.
There you go.
All right. The egg is properly filleted.
Yeah, that's been blowjobbed. I mean, that is the best blowjob ever.
10 points for who can name the organ that an egg comes out of. Its actual name without Google.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Do you know it in English?
Yeah. No. I think it's the same.
Oh, somebody got it.
Okay, it's the cloaca.
Yes, cloaca. Yes,
that
is the name of the organ.
Because I think it's Latin.
Yeah, it sounds Latin. Yeah.
And well, of course you do, but you know what a cloaca is.
What is it? A clam?
No. A cloaca is a hole where you get both shit and piss. That's the fish cloaca.
It's a multi-use hole. Yeah.
Like for example, we call cloaca the pipes of the how do you call the pipes where the shit and the piss runs. The sewer.
Oh, the sewer. Sewer. Yeah.
The pipe is called a cloaca. See?
That's what you'll call it.
Yeah. Because there is shit and there's literally shit and piss running all together.
So okay. So rather than saying, the sewer outside of my home is overflow, you say the cloaca outside my home is over. So
well, the cloaca is just the pipe. It's
okay.
It's
just
the pipe. Yeah.
Oh. That's interesting. That is interesting.
So I just put some salt and pepper and I put some Parmesan in it because fuck it, we can. Okay, and it's cheap. It's not that expensive. It's worth it. Now what we need a little bit of butter and a little bit of olive oil. Olive oil is another thing that people should always have in the kitchen. It's a godsend. It's so good. It tastes good. It's good for you. And yeah, I mean, just work twice. Don't use it for sex because it's a mess.
No, do not use it for sex. This another product placement, folks. Bad Dragon Kumlu.
Yeah.
Get it for about $20 at baddragon.com.
It's a little bit problematic. So I heated the oil and the butter and just stir with the egg.
Okay. This is an interesting question. Dragna, ask him where the best olive oil comes from, please.
Uh-oh. It's the kind of question that you can have civil riots in Italy, depending on where you ask. Because, depending where you ask, everybody makes the best olive oil. There are different olive oils. So in Liguria, for example, it's a little bit more, it's less strong. So it goes well with fish too. In Tuscany, depending on the area, but it's generally a bit stronger. So it's good, with meat and all the kind of stuff. In the south, it is usually more flavor. It has way more flavor.
It's a stronger taste.
Yeah, but it really depends. I mean, it is like the wine. It depends where it's growing. The kind of olive.
Mm-hmm.
So we are not mixing the egg. We are trying to put some air into that. So we don't want to burn the olive. This is good enough. And
so we have a comment from Von Helton. Drag, none of my haters can cook. None of my haters cook. None of them took home economics like I did, nor any cooking class like I have. But yet they're here talking crap.
Well, I mean, Van Helton, I haven't taken cooking class too. So, I mean, yeah, we are pals. I'm happy Van Helton is here. I'm a big fan.
See, you got fans all over the world.
Yeah. I mean, the guy is fantastic. It's been going on the interwebs, for years. It's amazing. So the pan is a little bit too big for the amount of eggs that we put. See, it should have been a more little pan, but it's good.
Okay. Look at that. So wait, I just so Agrippa says best olives are from Greece, not these crappy Italian ones.
Okay, Agrippa, let's say one thing, and let's say one thing now. You cannot talk about food, right? Because being from Australia, technically, you've been raised with prison food. So you have no ball in the game. You cannot talk seriously about food. And I don't care if you live in London now or whatever the fuck, you've been raised with prison food. And you can't tell me shit about it.
So we have someone disputing Vaughn's claim. My classes were working in high-end restaurants. So there we go. So that's a little clarification there from Lucifer Almighty.
Time.
All right.
It's ready.
Look at that. Let me see if I can blow you up here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So 33 minutes, 11 seconds, we made two. The shitty way and the proper way with the same ingredient. Actually, this one has less ingredients, so it's cheaper. There you go.
That looks delicious.
They look fine. Yeah. So, I know that I disappointed Bart because, it was waiting for me to cook. I don't know what the fuck it was waiting for me to cook. I think that people has got expectations after, the things that we did with Christopher. But yeah, I mean, this was just, a nod and, some kind of inside joke. Because, there were some things which were really bad. I mean, and I appreciate people cooking, but, for Christ's sake, I mean, you don't cut stuff on a glass cutting board. You ruin the knife, you have no respect for the tools, and you risk yourself injuries. Oh, the other thing I told you I was going to show you about garlic.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to find out where I can get a glass cutting board. I didn't know they made those.
I have no idea. I really have no idea. I think it's good for salmonella, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, what I was saying, and now this gets. I'll try to go on the camera. So, if you peel the garlic what you want to get out, and that's the part which it will make you unfuckable, right? If you know what I mean. It's this one in the middle. So what you have to do, you slightly cut it, you pry it open a little bit, and depending on how old or young it is, you will find it. It might be green, might be white. So you take this fucker out. This one is good for the trash, and you cut this one. Now, if you put this in oil and you heat it really, really, really slowly, all the flavor will be in the oil, and at the end of it, you can actually eat, the slices of this. It will not taste of garlic because everything is in the oil. And don't burn the garlic because it tastes like shit.
That is interesting.
There you go, man.
We do have a question. What model Guzzi does he ride?
I don't have a Moto Guzzi right now. I had 3 Moto Guzzi. I had an 850 Le Mans free, Moto Guzzi Daytona 2-seater, and I had a V65 Lario 4-box. Now I have an MV Agusta Brutale 675. But I don't have a Moto Guzzi right now.
Okay. Does Fabio enjoy kaki or kachi fruit? It's in season here. I'm not familiar with that fruit.
Kaki is the ospero. The proper name in Italian, believe it or not, is the ospero. It's kind of mushy. It is basically this color, a little bit more orange, and it's really mushy. I don't like kaki, but my wife, she loves them.
I need to actually try some more fruits. I've yet to try jackfruit. I've heard wonderful things that people can make this fruit taste like meat, and so I'm definitely interested in.
I don't know what it is. What is jackfruit?
A jackfruit. It looks like a weird pineapple. That's the best way that I can describe it. Okay. I'm gonna actually show a picture of it because the best way I can describe it is weird pineapple. So let me screen share if I can. There we go. All right. So like this. Okay, this is a jackfruit.
Holy shit, what the fuck is that?
Yes. And so of course the fruits in this area here, and it peels out. It's very, very fibrous from what I've seen. And it's some other pictures of it, and then that's it. Yeah, just really strange looking fruit that people swear up and down can taste like meat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting.
I never tasted that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, you know what? I should do that to try to expand my palate. So we're saying, Dragnet, you should try durians. Try durian sometime. I'm not sure. I think I've heard of durian. I've not tried that. Jackfruit tastes like juicy fruit gum. Someone said they can make it taste like meat. That's what kind of caught my attention. A fruit tasting like meat. Not heard of, but I wanna try that out. Christopher, it's Mounty. Fuck you.
Yeah. Cheers, man.
I have another Aussie here. Fabio Can't Cook from Christian Smith.
Yeah, you're welcome. And your mom too. So
Christopher says does look like durian a bit. Okay. Also, what? Where is it? Clicking. Also, Fabio sucks. Of course, Rich from
Yeah, I know.
All right. Does anyone have any questions for Fabio? Because this has been a very educational, at least for me, because I enjoy streams like this. When I stop being lazy and I get the ingredients together, I'm going to practice making an authentic gumbo. It actually takes some time. I have not tried in quite some time because there's only a handful of people in my household here that will actually eat it. And now that my little brother lives with us, he will actually eat the gumbo, but I will not be making it with crab because I don't like buying crab parts and then putting crab in a pot to cook it.
So unless you want to make a specific recipe, if you want to experiment, I urge people to put less shit in their plates. Take better ingredients and use less stuff. And only use them if you think they make sense. There is no use in opening the fridge and putting everything in the pan. It has to make sense. So if you're using onions are sweet. If you pass them in the pan, the sugar will caramelize and will get even sweeter. If you put some chili, it doesn't, it's not the way it goes. It doesn't flow. So maybe it's better something salty. So try to make something which makes sense and use less shit, because if something goes wrong, at least you can identify, okay, that sucked. Everything else was okay, but that part was really shitty.
Okay, cool. Mauri says that he wants to join in after this semester, but there are some questions. I'm trying to go back to him. Fabio, make potato salad. No. Ask Fabio if you can use pomegranate in recipes.
I don't know. I don't think the guy knows that. Hold on a second, because I've got a surprise for you about pomegranate. Now, I have a tree of pomegranate outside, and
Really?
and this year they made a shitload of pomegranate. So what I'm doing, and I've been doing that for 2 years, I just go them in an extractor, and I freeze them. This is froze pomegranate, and like an ice cube, it's like 2 pomegranates. It's so good. But there are recipes for pomegranates. There is one which is really simple. What the fuck was that? So it's you can use pomegranate, for example, with a steak tartare, with raw meat. You take some, or even sliced raw meat. Salt, pepper, a little bit of lemon if you want to cook it a little bit, and pomegranate. It's really good. I mean, meat is sweet, pomegranate is sweet, and like zingy, like lemony. It's perfect.
So it's not going to cause a confliction with the flavors.
No, it complements the flavor. It is another one. It stays there. Yeah, that's a very good question. Pomegranate is kind of a difficult fruit.
Oh, that is interesting. Okay. Ask him what a typical evening meal would consist of for him. Actually, I think I had asked you this question very recently. We were talking about Italian food here around my parts.
What people don't understand is that Italian food is quick, easy, and dirty, except for some things which are really complicated. And the thing which astonishes me is that people think that the complicated things are the easy ones, and vice versa. Like, for example, I can make, and I made with Christopher, I think in 45 minutes, we made 3 dishes of pasta with 3 different sauces. It's that simple. You can do that. It's easy. You can literally cook some kind of sauce by the time that the pasta cooks, which is 10 minutes, and it's okay. Some of the things, like, for example, lasagna, or, the ragu which goes in the lasagna, or pizza, for example. Pizza is another good example. People make pizza at home, and I always wonder, how the fuck do you do that? I say, well, I make this now, and maybe that, for dinner or for lunch. So that can't be true, because, when you make the dough, it has to rest at least 24 hours.
Right.
Yeah. When you make the ragu that goes in the lasagna, or in what you guys call, the bolognese ragu, whatever, which doesn't exist, but that ragu, it takes 4 hours to cook. You can't improvise. Those are the kind of things which takes a long time. So we cook that kind of things, like in the, for the festivities or in the weekend when you've got a little bit more time. But other than that, we usually, in this house, we usually eat some pasta in the afternoon, and we have a second course in the evening. Might be meat or fish, or some eggs, cheese.
I like eggs for dinner. I like that. Let's see, Dragnut, is there any way that cooking eggplant
Yes.
Time and effort.
Yes, there is. Eggplant are fantastic. You can make everybody does, the eggplant parmesan, the parmesan eggplant. It's beautiful. It's very good. You got to fry the eggplants first. Fantastic. You should try this the next time, Peter. You just take an eggplant. You cut them in slices, like this thick, not too much, like a finger. You fry them a little bit, okay? Then you take them away. You put them on towel. You dry them a little bit, and then you put some tomato sauce and a little bit of mozzarella on top, and then you put that in the oven as if they were a pizza. They're fucking fantastic.
Let's see. I eat. Christopher Mowdy says I'd eat Fabio's potato salad, maybe even toss it.
Well, Christopher doesn't know that. Well, he does know that. He doesn't want to say that, but he ate my potato salad. I did remember he tossed my salad, but yeah, he ate my potato salad.
All right. Let's see. Trying to go through. Will eating Italian food make your dick bigger?
No. You have to have a big dick to start with. Yeah.
Let's see. I'm sorry if y'all are asking questions. This chat is horrible to control. Let's see. Can you put pineapple on them? I'm not sure what that's in reference to.
Where?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. That's all that they asked them. That might have been something we were talking about earlier. Let's see.
Oh, do you want to know a very good dessert with pineapple? So you take the pineapple and I don't know, you usually cut them in cubes, right?
Yeah. You can buy them like that.
Right. No, you take the old pineapple and you cut them in slices, very thin slices. You put them on a plate, and then you put yogurt, white yogurt on top, sugar, and minced mint, the one you use for mojitos.
Minced mint.
Yeah, you sprinkle on that. So it's only pineapple, white yogurt, sugar, and minced meat. That's it.
That's interesting.
It's very good because the pineapple is sweet. The yogurt is, again, it's what is the name of the taste? The yogurt.
Bitter.
Yeah, a little bit bitter. So the combination is really good, and the mint is just an explosion in your mouth. Like when I met Christopher, and yeah, an explosion in his mouth.
That's right, folks. You heard it here.
Yeah.
Gripper says Italian food is discount French food without the style.
I'm not talking with people which it's prison food. Sorry. Fuck you.
All right, folks. Thank you for watching. This has been a very educational episode. Looks like we are on for the David Silverman show. Nate this Friday. Next week we're going to be doing revenues and R and Raw. So y'all should be in for a treat. On the 29th, I've yet to schedule that, so we're going to see. Hold
on a second, we're missing something. Qui, andiamo, su. Andiamo. Andiamo, Kiko. Vieni. Su. They told me we have to have a dog in the show too. So yes. It is. So yeah, I mean, we have exploited all the angles. We have got everything.
There we go, folks. And notice that the animal was well behaved and out of the kitchen during actual cooking.
No. Point.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good point. Keith Ben Israel says, can he recap what he just made? The corrected version versus your version, Fabio.
So yeah, very quickly. Given those ingredients, what I will do is an omelet. I wouldn't do with a fried egg because it's too complicated. It doesn't make any sense. So if you want to make an omelet, really super easy. Spring onions chopped really. You got to mince them. Bell pepper, mince them. Again, cut them really fine. You take 2 eggs in a bowl. Salt, pepper, a little bit of cheese, olive oil and butter in the pan. You heat it up. You whisk the eggs. You just want to put some air into that. You pull it there. You just wait. You turn it, and that's it. 8 minutes tops. That's what they would do with those ingredients.
All right. So, folks, thank y'all for watching. There's some fun stuff to come. If you are a fan of the Raging Atheists channel, you may or may not see G-Men on there in the near future. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for that if you're not already subscribed. So thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all folks who don't say much in the chat, but you send me private messages later. I'm fine with that. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying thank you for letting me know that you enjoy it, because I enjoy stuff like this. It makes me happy. So on that note, y'all have a good night. And thank you again, Mr. Andreozzi. I know I just murdered your name, but
Oh, you got me. You doxed me, you fucker. You doxed me. Oh, how am I going to do? I mean, I'm going to be cyberbullied. Oh, my God.
If you all if you could type out what I just tried to say, good luck.
Fuck off. I mean,
the world's coming to an end. All right, folks. I will see y'all later.
Cheers.